It's time to go beyond the cop and look at 5 controversial Paul Tierney Liverpool decisions. Number 5, Tarkowski's yellow card. Let's just get it out the way. The main reason for this list existing, and the prime example of Tierney's decision-making rivaling people who invested in Hoctor's crypto. Now, I understand that we won the match despite playing against the 11 men of Everton, and I should be happy, but that doesn't gloss over the fact that despite VAR being implemented to retroactively go back and make adjustments to refereeing decisions, and being able to hold up play for as long as it's needed to do so, it's still operated by utter cretins. Genuinely, if Tarkowski's tackle had been a couple inches higher or lower, then there'd be a genuine risk of Mac Allister's leg breaking like a breadstick and risking not only the result of the match, not only the remainder of the title challenging campaign, but the midfielder's career as a whole. And while people will make the comparison to Van Dijk's tackle on Dries Mertens when Liverpool played Napoli in the 2018-19 Champions League campaign, saying that we can't have it both ways, I have said that Van Dijk was lucky to still be on the pitch after the incident and was spared only by the fact that VAR wasn't introduced until the knockout stages of that year's competition. This blatant display of snap first, ask questions later was dangerous, and had the result of the match gone another way, we would have been talking about one of the most controversial and campaign-altering decisions in recent Premier League history. Similar to number 4, Rodri handles pressure well. He may not have any tattoos, but Rodri has as much luck as Domino and Deadpool because he got away with blatant murder in the view of the public. And if you don't know which moment I'm talking about, then you've probably drank the trauma away, because everyone in every dimension felt the ramifications of Paul Tierney not being able to correctly deem a handball on the 26th of February 2022. So for context, Man City are leading 1-0 away at Goodison Park. So far, so Everton seems to be a trending result for them, when in the 85th minute the ball is dropping in Everton's box, only for Rodri to run towards the ball with his arms out wide like Freddy Krueger when his arms start extending from his body, handling the ball with his tattooless bicep before clearing the ball and looking at referee Paul Tierney like a kid who's just smashed their mum's favourite plate. The decision was put to VAR, which might as well stand for very arse refereeing, only for the man sat in the VAR headquarters, Chris Kavanagh, and the man in question, Paul Tierney, to decide the future Ballon d'Or thief's arm was in a natural position, denying Everton a penalty, which meant Man City picked up all 3 points. And if we fast forward to the end of the season, we can see that City won the league title at the end of the 21-22 campaign on 93 points, just 1 point ahead of second place Liverpool. Now, yes, there's no guarantee that Everton winning a penalty against Man City would have changed the subsequent results, and who is to say that they even would have held on for the draw? It was Everton under Frank Lampard, so I doubt the chances were particularly high. But who is also to say that this result wouldn't have galvanised Liverpool even further than they were, and seeing them push Man City even further and possibly overtake the eventual league winners. Number 3, Jota lost a look against Tottenham. Diogo Jota seems to be the subject of controversy against Tottenham more often than not, whether he's being sent off for stupid tackles and moments of stubbornness, like in the match at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season, or when he's scoring last-minute winners against the Lilywhites at Anfield, much to the despair of Richarlison, which is a greater prize than any Premier League trophy can ever hope to be. But for this entry, we're looking at a moment that wasn't even the Portuguese attacker's fault, and instead, Stevie Wonder, aka Paul Tierney's, who decided that the rules of the game mean dick all and can be tossed aside, which is what his dad should have done onto a tea towel. It's the 19th of December 2021, and Liverpool are once again going for the Premier League title. They made the trip to London to play Spurs at a stadium named after the biggest drought in history that isn't the 1930s Dust Bowl, and Jota is running into space following a ball through from Sadio Mane. Emerson Royale decides to shove an elbow into the side of Jota and send him to the floor, which was waved off quicker than Tierney's credibility yesterday. Genuinely, this was a blatant attempt to make contact with anything but the ball and denied Liverpool a stone-cold penalty, seeing the match end in a 2-2 draw and seeing the Reds drop even more vital point in the same season which saw us miss out on the title by 1 point. Yes, I'm talking again about the 21-22 campaign. It was a cursed time, and I'm still staggered that Paul Tierney saw this challenge and thought it was anything but a foul. At least the process was good. Number 2, Paul Tierney can time travel, and I really do wish I had the ability to travel through time. I could see what will finally be Arsenal's season. I can see how long it'll be before Everton finally win a trophy, and I can go back in time and terminate Mr. Tierney, because I'm sure when he witnessed the birth of his son, he didn't realise he was creating a monster who would destroy all sense of decency and honour in the footballing world. The reason I'm a little bit pissed off is because I keep remember in January 2021 when Liverpool were playing host to then league leaders Man United. It's been a while since anyone's really said that, and really struggled to break through the defence of the Red Devils. However, in the 45th minute and 50th second, a pass from Thiago towards Xherdan Shaqiri opened up space, and a ball was put over the top for Sadio Mane, who'd beaten the last man and was through on goal with nothing but the goalkeeper to beat. Sadly, Tierney's spider sense started tingling, and instead of allowing the extra few seconds to go on, the air quotes referee blew the whistle despite the winger being through on goal and bringing the ball down perfectly, ending the half 0-0. Now, in all honesty, this one I can somewhat excuse because it was mere seconds and mistakes do happen. But go back through the archives of football in England and I'm sure if you add up how many times the referee has allowed play to go on for too long compared to the number of times it's been ended early, I mean just go back to the earlier derby in the season at Goodison and I'm sure you'll see a staggering difference. This was just vindictive and seemed too calculated for people to think anything but conspiracy, and once again we dropped points in this match. We weren't playing for a title, but the point still stands. And number one, a hop, skip, and a thump. Oliver Skipp is to football ability what a brick is to art. This was made apparent when Liverpool hosted Tottenham on the 30th of April 2023 in that incredible 4-3 thriller. Look how sad Richarlison is. Liverpool, let's not forget, were 3-0 up by the 15th minute and running away with the match. And honestly, things couldn't have got too much better. And that was until we saw Oliver Skipp fly in with a tackle on Luis Diaz in the 32nd minute and seeing Tottenham go down to 10 men, making the afternoon even better. But that didn't happen, and despite Diaz's ankle eating more than a punch bag, the Tottenham midfielder didn't receive a red card or a yellow card. He didn't even, despite the winger being in visible pain and showing Paul Tierney the actual wound on his ankle, Liverpool didn't even win a free kick because, and this genuinely perplexes me to this day, the Tottenham player won the ball. Clearly the man has never heard of the follow through, which is my new nickname for Paul Tierney, because this tackle was met with criticism from pundits, players, managers, and even Jurgen Klopp from coming out after the fact with a statement saying to Paul Tierney himself, "I have no problems with referees, only you." And that says it all. And honestly, I kind of agree. I'm not saying that this is woe is Liverpool, pity us, because this happens to every single team in the Premier League at some point or another. But for the sake of this list and this topic, it's felt recently under the refereeing of Paul Tierney that Liverpool have been on the receiving end more often than not.